Here, we want to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First up, we have Castro's Pool Service and Repair. If you guys need your guys' pool serviced, maintenance, clean, fixed, Castro's Pool Service and Repair is the place to go. Their phone number is 209-675-5418. That's 209-675-5418. Check them out today, guys. Support those that support us.
It's birthday!
I'm Jesse.
I'm Raquel.
This is The Hassle of Hair, a podcast
Going after your dreams.
about going after your dreams.
Okay.
But no, it's a podcast about going after your dreams and finding your passion in life.
Yes.
And we're The Hassle of Hair.
For the hassle hair.
We are The Hassle of Hair. Thanks for listening, guys. Love you. Welcome back to The Hassle of Hair, guys. Before we get started, we did say our sponsors, but also if you guys need a Photoshop, if you guys need a photo booth for your guys' event, check out Raquel Diaz Designs. She does them. He could hit us up at The Hassle of Hair, Raquel Diaz Designs, Jesse The Hassle Diaz. Don't hassle me on Instagram. Any one of those, hit us up. And let us know if you want a photo booth for your next event, for your Christmas event, all that stuff. I love you guys. What's up? How have you guys been? Hope you guys are enjoying your holidays. It's December, and it's almost New Year.
Yeah.
It's almost time to go. But, yeah. So what's up, baby? How you been?
I've been good. Just been working. Holidays.
I was working security during the World Cup, and it's crazy because like I'm standing there and I'm watching the USA England game, and I was there for the Mexico Argentina game, but I'm sitting there and it's a wild feel. It's crazier than the Super Bowl, right? Like the Super Bowl, it's United States, it's football, it's and like United States like shuts down for
It's basically like a holiday.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like when it was like a world stage.
It's because it's something international.
Yeah, and it was like the world stage, and we're sitting there in San Jose, California, and the whole world's watching. That's just so crazy, right?
Alexa, turn off.
But the whole world is watching, right? And I don't know if you've ever been to San Jose, but the San Pedro Square Market, like it's blocked off.
They
right?
blocked it off because of the pandemic, but they haven't opened it up again. So.
And it was just a cool feeling, right? I seen people that were in like San Jose politics, like that were there. You seen just a mix of people.
Because everybody coming together
To watch a game, and it was such a cool feeling. But in the mornings when I work security in the morning, it wasn't that like it doesn't get that crazy. But yeah, but that's I don't know, it's cool. Well, today I'm going to San Diego.
Yeah, I'll be home working.
Taking off to
That
San
should
Diego.
be fun though. Have you ever been to San Diego?
Yeah, we went. Remember?
Oh yeah. We did go.
We go to San Diego. We went to San Diego for the boardwalk. Their boardwalk is not as good as the Santa Cruz.
But we went
boardwalk.
because your cousin was playing in a baseball tournament. Yeah.
But I'm going down to
podcast for your.
To go podcast with.
Don't say who.
Why not who? It's just Chris Lieben.
Well, what if it cancels?
Well, hopefully it doesn't cancel. We're gonna. So EJ has it's called Not So Anonymous
With EJ
with
Recca?
EJ Recca. But he does a podcast about addiction, people that were addicted and that have recovered and are in recovery, and Chris Lieben, he's a legend in MMA, and he's been sober from alcohol for 4.5 years, I think he said, and he said yes to having him on, so he said yes to coming on the show. We just got to go over there, and should be fun. EJ's first big guest.
Do you think it's gonna be a long one, or is it gonna be one like 15?
No, it's gonna be a long one. We already said like.
Oh, okay.
So.
I don't know. Last weekend was like. Oh, sorry. Last weekend was the first weekend I haven't done a photo booth. So for literally 4 weeks straight, I've done a photo booth. Before that, I've literally been booked with photo booths. The last weekend was the first weekend I did not have one. At all.
That's crazy to think.
Yeah. But I've been constantly busy with them.
Well, like now the goal is to get like especially in January, like once you start hitting the summer and all that stuff, weekdays.
I think, 'cause I do a lot of studying, not studying, but I look into a lot of things for the photo booth. Studying. Looking for a lot of things into the photo booth because mine is, I guess you could call it a photo booth roamer or whatever. You can come off the stand and I can hold it and walk around with it. I just need to find a battery pack that's will keep it charged long enough.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. I actually did find one. I think it was like $50 on one site and I think like 85 or 90 on another site.
And we were thinking about it that we were gonna add. Well, I think
you want to add.
Yeah, well, just adding in the package like for like $300-$400 more.
Oh, you.
Yeah, adding me as a model to stand with the women. No, I'm just kidding.
I was thinking about the 360 booth. I was like, I don't want a 360 booth.
No, adding me like to get the 360 booth, adding me as a photographer for your event, and add it as a package. And I don't know, it's funny because I'm not doing photography, but like the more and more I do all this producing stuff, it's everything, right? And so
I feel like I need better workers that go with me because the person that went with me the last 2 times, they didn't do shit. All they did was drink and eat.
Yeah, that was me. So I get there like I don't know, like I'm like I'm excited to be there.
Yeah.
And then when I don't know what it is, I guess because I'm smiling and I'm happy and I'm like a kid. So like when I go somewhere,
our daughter
I'm
calls
like,
him iPad kid.
Yeah, my daughter calls me iPad kid. But when I get there, like I'm literally like anywhere, right? I'm not afraid to like go. What's this? What's that?
You're a very
curious.
approachable person. Like
I approach you no matter if you want to approach me.
Yeah,
or
you
not.
are very curious.
And so like when I'm asking questions,
what's that? What's that?
And
Can I
then,
taste it?
like 70% of the time, right? 90% of the time, people are like happy that you're interested in what they're doing, right? So I'm like, so they had a dance. It was a baptism that the photo booth she went to. They had a dance. They had a dance that was. They told me they said it translate in English to making love to the devil.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can't say. I don't even know how to say. Like everybody's been making fun of me the way I say where they're from. Oh, Hawaka. Not a it's not
Waka waka waka.
How do you say it? How do you say it? You say it then. You say it then.
Oaxaca.
Waka
waka.
But it translates to making love to the devil.
Let me see this.
And then so they're dancing. There's a bunch of people dancing.
That was actually pretty cool though.
It was super cool, and they were dressed up as like devils. Like they had like goat heads on, like goat masks on with horns, and they were like a few people had whips and they're cracking the whip. It was basically they're dancing to banda music, but it was just different. They had these guys with a bunch of like streamers on them, like huge streamers, and they're like turning around and all that stuff. It was,
where?
Remember the guys with the long streamers on it? I don't know what it was.
Oh, like on their pants?
No, they're huge. Like they were huge. The guys with the stream. I don't know what it was called. It was like, but they're all dressed in. It was just a traditional dance, and I started asking. And once I started asking,
this is what it looked like. Look at.
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know.
But once I started asking, like that's when the floodgates of like, you want food, you want beer, you want drinks. Like the dad kept on asking if I wanted mezcal. I was like 5 mezcals deep, shots in, and I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like just. I guess you would say pure alcohol. Like it's just pure alcohol. It's from the motherland. Mezcal's from the motherland. Like it's from Mexico. It was straight from Mexico. Pure. Like it was strong, right? It's the mezcal's the one. I think people think it's like.
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Mezcal's the one with the worm at the bottom, but like.
Let me just tell you guys, he didn't help with anything. He's walking around with food in his hand on a plate, like, oh, like, what do you need help with while he's eating? I'm like, put the fucking food down and help with this, help with that. And he, like, you literally left me the whole time.
No, I didn't. Okay, so what she doesn't understand is that I'm networking. I'm talking to people. I'm gonna put it out there. Raquel is not good at customer service. Like it's just not. She's not, right. It's not customer service because she does the job. She gets it done. But when it comes to like networking and making friends, like you're like I want to get in, I want to get out.
No, I feel like maybe if I did have some extra help that actually helped, where I could make connections, because then I feel like I have to watch the printer or I have to watch the photo booth. Like I feel like those things are expensive, and obviously people don't care if it's not their stuff. You know what I mean? So like if I could leave it and walk around and talk to people, then I would have no problem. But I can't just leave it there unoccupied.
Bullshit.
Oh, okay.
You really
Sorry, I'm not you. Like,
see,
let me just interact with everybody.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying if we're all talented. You're talented at the things you do. I can't. You tell me to set up for the fucking photo booth. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? But you tell me like, okay, go interact with people. I'm gonna fucking go talk to people. I'm gonna make sure that they remember us.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's what I'm doing. Like I'm not doing that as a job. I just know that I love doing it. I know it betters us. I know it gets us better, more connections and stuff. But I just love doing it. I like meeting people.
Yeah.
I'm saying
you like meeting people and you like eating and drinking.
Yes. I like a good time.
Yeah. You're all, man, the bar never gets this crazy. I was like, yeah, because they don't give up free alcohol. Like literally the sons were just walking in with like bottles and bottles.
Yeah. It was just wild.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
It's just fun doing that with you, to be honest. Like I know the next step is it's still upgrading, right? Still upgrading.
Yeah, for sure. But we want to add another one.
Yeah. The next step is like, okay, getting to businesses that are going to have events, right? And they make sure they call you instead of anybody else. Yeah. Like, how do we make that happen?
Yeah. So this weekend, though, December 3rd, it would be the Parade of Lights in Los Baños, and I am going to be set up there. So if you guys would like to stop by, I believe it's from either 5 to 9 or 6 to 9, and stop by the booth, get a photo, say hello, look at our prices.
Yeah, I'll be drinking and eating again.
Of course.
And yeah, so
I want to clean it.
Oh gosh. She's cleaning my phone. She doesn't leave it.
I can't take it off. Anyways, go on. Just leave it then.
Yeah, this thing is stuck on there.
Yeah, you need it though.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm like, how the fuck did the dog hair get right there, like in
it's
the back?
Inside?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
that's
look.
crazy. But other than that, I mean, I have so Diego, they're on the recent episodes. Diego and Evan have Vigil like clothing line, and it's a pretty. They're already like they're selling quick.
Are
right?
they? They're doing really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
For their first drop.
Oh, that's really good.
And
you have their what is it called?
Vigil.
No. The thing you're gonna do at the brewery.
Oh yeah, that's what I was. I was doing the brewery. We're doing the brewery, like a booth thing. We're setting a launch.
There
but then
you go.
we're gonna have more booths there, and like hopefully I could get hopefully I could get more booths at it's at Paradiso's Brewery on the December. Man, it's almost December. We're coming into the last month.
Yeah, we are in December.
December 11th. No, December 10th. Yeah, December 10th.
December 10th?
Yeah. So next weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot happening this week. I got EJ's podcast. That's going pretty well. I have Carlos' podcast coming up. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to this episode, you'll find out first. Like, I'm working on a podcast with should I say it?
Maybe no, not yet.
Yeah, and then we have a jiu-jitsu podcast coming out. I'll say that we have a jiu-jitsu podcast coming out. We have Nashi's podcast coming back, Happy Dagger, and like they're all Los Baños podcasts.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, right? Like, just keep on pushing Los Baños podcast. I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like we did a lot, but we haven't done a lot. Like since like the last couple weeks.
I always feel like that. I always feel like there's more to do.
Yeah.
We've done a lot. It was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, we just
Literally gorged ourselves.
Yeah. I was like
for reals.
On Thanksgiving, I was eating and I was like, I gotta go run. So I ran for 4.5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he called me to pick him up.
Yeah.
Come pick me up, please.
And then yesterday, I was just bloated. I was like, Jesus, I ate so much. So I ran. Mm-hmm. I had to go run. I ran around.
You didn't run yesterday.
Not yesterday. The one was I went to the gym. Saturday. So
when we came back.
Yeah. I was just like bloated on Saturday. So I went to go run, and then I hit the sauna, and then like at that like. It just like speeds up your metabolism, and then boom, I got home. I was like, oh God. Everybody knows what that sound and what that feels like, right? So like it was bad. But I'm loving the sauna lately. Like the sauna is like, I need it. Like right now.
Is it relaxing though?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. And just sitting there and like, I don't know. I need it. Like even right now, I'm like trying to fit it in before I leave to San Diego. I'm trying to fit it in. Like where can I fit it in where I could just go run and then hit the sauna?
You could run there, hit the sauna, and then I could pick you up.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah.
Or run back. You can run back.
Yeah. So it's like, it's so, I don't know. It just wakes me up, makes me feel good. Lately I've been, because I'm not doing cardio and I'm not training for performance, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm not like thinking about, okay, even though I wasn't even fighting when I was coaching, like I'm not even thinking about, okay, I got to learn this, I got to learn that, I got to make sure I'm on top of this. I guess even when I was in the gym, like thinking about martial arts, I was thinking, okay, how can I get better? I got to stop being lazy. I was working out so I could be a better coach or a better martial artist. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like, I understand that cardio is, you're only able to get forward in life if your cardio is good. Because like, if there's something about being out of shape in front of a computer, like I'm on a computer and like, I'm like, fuck dude, if I get to the point where I'm just like obese and like, just like feel like shit and like, like I can't do this. Like I'm not going to be happy.
Yeah.
Like I have to feel good about myself. I have to be able to say like, okay, you ran today, you hit the sauna, you lifted weights. Like Diego and Alan, like all those, I basically the 6 feet and over club, and I'm the only one that's in it that's not 6 feet. They've been pushing me. Like I've been in there for 3 weeks, and it's needed. Like you have to just. That's why when you see people that are high up and like CEOs or really good in business and all that stuff, they're never out of shape. It's not because they have a lot of money and they have. I used to think it's like, oh, they're able to eat good food and because they have money and all that stuff. No, they take a conscious approach to their well-being of their body, right? And if they invest in that, then they're able to move forward in what they're doing in life. It's super key. That's what I'm noticing, right?
Yeah.
The same thing with my mom. Like when I think about my mom, like her life didn't start moving forward, because she was over 300 pounds.
Was she really?
Yeah. Her life didn't start moving forward until she got up and said, you know what? I'm going to start walking. I'm going to start walking around Hillview Park in San Jose, every morning before she took us to school. And then that walk turned into running. And then that running turned into her reading books about her health. And then it slowly, she just got her life back. And then that's when she stepped into the role of like helping kids with autism. And she started doing the yard. Like she started having a life once she started taking care of herself. It's crazy because like this is how loneliness works. And I'm going on this rant. because this is what I've been thinking lately. This is how, like, curing loneliness. Like, it's even when you want a girlfriend, when you want friends, like when you want to not be lonely, right? You have to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself. You have to do those things that you're alone really, really well. Like you have to be selfish. Once you start caring about yourself and you start motivating yourself, then the girlfriend comes, then the friends come, because once you're happy, then people are going to want to be around you. Nobody wants to be around people that are fucking assholes or miserable. Like, I don't want to be around that shit.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. Like, it's so, and it's because of you. I've been around people that it's not even they can't make friends. I guess I guess the better, it's like young men, right? Young men not being able to find women.
Okay.
Right. And it's so foreign to them that they don't understand. Like, if they don't take care of themselves, then women won't come. Like, it's so easy. It's so, or even friends. Let's just, not even women. Let's just say friends. Mm-hmm. It's so, like, when people's like, man, I don't have any friends. Man, I like, it's, the answer's right in front of them. Just get up and start worrying about yourself. Once you just focus on yourself. Yeah. I don't know. And I see it. I see the people, like my friends that are around me. I see them. Some of them, about 3 years ago, they didn't really have a social life. You know, they didn't really have friends. They didn't really have people they knew. Like, and they just started focusing on themselves. Like, there's people that are in my life right now that are that I could say that are like that, right? And I don't know. And the most loneliest I feel is when I'm like miserable in my head.
Yeah,
right?
I get to see that sometimes.
Do you ever feel lonely?
No. I'm okay. Like, you're saying, like, I'm okay. Like, I've said it before, like, I'm okay being by myself. Yeah. Like, you're going to leave. Like, yeah, I'm going to miss you, but I'll be okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with it. I feel like then I won't have to entertain you or, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to, it's going to sound bad, but I don't have to put my time or my effort into you.
You don't put effort into me.
But I'm saying my time, but like time is like, I have, that's me having to put effort into it.
You're saying that, but for fucking a whole day straight, night straight, you're like, I'm going to miss you.
I said I'm going to miss you. Okay. I literally said that right now. I know, I'm going to miss you.
It's because I don't listen to you. That's why I didn't hear you. I'm joking. No, but like, I'm saying, like, you're saying you're like, you're okay with being alone. But like this whole entire night, last night and this morning, you're like,
I literally said, yes, I'm going to miss you. Okay. Of course, I'm going to spend time with you before you leave. But I'm saying you're leaving. I'll be okay. Like, you're not going to be here for me to have to entertain you or put effort into you. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're here, then that's fine. But you're leaving. I'm not going to be sad about it. Yeah.
But like, like me leaving. Yes. Okay. But I'm saying, like, do you ever feel lonely? Like, do you feel like you don't, like, there's times I feel it, right? Yeah. Do you ever have to deal with that? Like, this, like, loneliness? No. I'm just saying because, like, the holidays are coming up, and I know a lot of people are dealing with it. It's shitty, right? Like, that's when all my fucking, I guess, like,
head trauma
emotions come out. Because, like, when you think about it, like, I was hurting on Thanksgiving because like, everybody has families. Everybody has their mom, their dad. Everybody's posting. Everybody's everywhere I go, it's like families, and it's just like everywhere. Yeah. Phone, outside, everywhere, right? And I don't have that anymore, right? I don't have a family, right? To go home to, right? I'm the base of my family, right? Like, my family is kind of broken. When I think my immediate family, right? My parents, my brother, my sister, and like, and it's like I am the root. Like, Eva's gonna come back to us. Like, that's what we're building for, right? Yeah. Like, I don't want her to feel loneliness during the holidays. Even if she's not with somebody, she has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess that's why I'm talking about it, because it sucks, dude. It fucking sucks. Like, not being able to tell somebody when they ask you, like, oh, where are you going for the holidays? Oh, I'm going back to my parents' house. Like, fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, but you could say you're going to your grandma's. Like, you have your grandma's. I know it's not the same, but I mean, it would be the next best thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
Dude, we literally played Uno. No, well, you didn't play with us, but we literally played Uno for almost a good hour.
Yeah. And like, I love my grandma, and I can't take that away from her. Like, she is the best grandma in the world, but at the end of the day, she's like, she doesn't. It doesn't. It's still there. You know what I mean? Like the parents, like, and that's why I push so hard. Like, Eva's never gonna have to deal with that, because both of us dealt with that, right? We still deal with it, right? Like, we have broken families, like, and it's like she is gonna have that life where she's able to say, "Hey, I'm bringing a friend over for Christmas. I'm bringing like," she's always gonna have that, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna remind her every fucking day, we didn't have that. We didn't.
Stop.
I'm joking. But yeah, and loneliness sucks. It sucks. So it's, you know what's the craziest feeling?
What?
And is when you have so many people around you, but you still feel lonely.
Yeah.
That's a crazy feeling right there. I'm sorry, I'm making this super sad. Sorry guys, let's uplift this.
Yeah, super depressing. This is what I deal with, guys.
Oh, whatever. I don't talk like this on a daily. Oh, we've been watching this show called Mo.
We literally just started.
It's called Mo, and it's about
it's on Netflix.
He's a comedian, but it's on Netflix. He's a comedian. His stand-up comedy is hilarious, but it's about a Palestinian immigrant trying to provide for his family. And like, you know what's cool about him? He always like, I don't know if he compares or he kind of like, he brings Latin, even in his comedy, like he brings a Latin feel to it. I think because it's so similar, or he grew up around Latino people.
He's English, Spanish, and Arabic.
Oh, okay. So he is Spanish. So he's, but it's hilarious. It's based in Houston, and he right now, like, he's hooked on lean. I didn't even know you could get addicted to that. Do you know who Jamarcus Russell is?
No.
So he's a quarterback. He was the number 1 pick for the Raiders.
Okay.
Back in like, I want to say 06, maybe 05, probably 06 or 07.
Okay.
But he was the number 1 pick. So that means they invest a lot into you in the draft, right? Like, that means you're the top recruit.
He was their number 1 pick, yes.
Yeah.
Was he first round?
Back then they didn't have a standard of what the first rounds get. So they basically, like, they pay him a shitload of money. Okay. They paid him, I want to say, one of the highest rookie contracts. But he was a bust. Like, came into camp overweight, like, just
so like Johnny Manziel were
even worse, because Johnny Manziel wasn't. He was I think he was the first pick in the second round, or this a late first round pick. Jamarcus Russell was, like, I think top 5 picks, or the first pick overall.
Oh, dang.
Jamarcus Russell. No, I'm looking it up right now.
Is it because you don't know how to spell Jamarcus?
Yes, but no, he was like. And so it later came out. Not Wiz Khalifa, Lil Wayne had an interview where he's saying that a day before, the day of the game, Jamarcus Russell was
addicted on lean.
On lean. And like
how do people come up with this stuff? Like, let me just mix whatever medicine that is with Sprite and fucking. You said it was a Jolly Rancher?
Yeah, they put a Jolly Rancher.
Like, what how do people come up with that shit?
What do you mean?
Like, how? Like, let me, like, what is that combination to be like? Let me just mix these two.
How did people take Coke and make it into a crack rock?
Wait, what?
But I'm saying, like, they take these things and they make them. I don't know. Well, that was because of money. It's cheaper.
Hold on a minute. Crack or lean is cheaper?
No, I'm saying like you're saying how did they invent this shit?
No, but I'm saying like how
people just wanting to see what happens.
That's what I'm saying. Like what gives like why do people feel like let me just mix these together and like see how that tastes or how that goes.
It's so it doesn't taste like it.
Is it kind of be like when you're a child and like they say like flavor. You're like let's give you Sprite or 7-Up to make you feel better kind of thing. I'm like, oh, let me just put that with my medicine so I could feel better both ways. Have you ever had that?
The what?
Lean.
No. Oh. So like growing up, like
like Mexican thing, like have some 7-Up if you're sick.
No, so lean is just cough syrup.
Yeah, with soda.
With soda, yeah, but obviously you're not gonna just drink the cough syrup. It tastes disgusting. It tastes like grape, but like medicine grape. You know what I mean? So like, okay, let's add 7-Up and then put a Jolly Rancher, and it doesn't. I guess it tastes good.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know how as a kid, like, oh, I don't want to take my medicine. Let me have some of this medicine and then have some soda afterwards. Like, oh, let's just mix them so I can feel good both ways.
Yeah.
Do you still know how to spell Jamarcus Russell?
No. I'm gonna look up what lean drink is.
Lean drink.
Purple drink. Yeah, it's just codeine, soft syrup, soda, and hard candy.
Okay.
Oh, it's so that's what cough syrup doesn't have anymore.
What's codeine?
Is the promethazine? Fuck.
Simmer down, waka waka waka.
But yeah, that's what's in it. So you can't get it in California. I guess it's an issue because it's saying lean addiction and abuse. I didn't know you could get addicted to it. I thought it was, but then I thought about it. That's why I brought up Jamarcus Russell because the first time I ever heard about lean was through his story.
Oh.
Like that was like he was drafted in 2007. I guess he was addicted to it. But he was supposed to be the next thing.
Is it really called the purple drink?
Yeah, it's called purple drink.
Okay.
Purple drink. Yeah, he was so Jamarcus Russell was drafted in 2007. He was the number 1 pick overall.
So what does that mean? Okay, so you brought him up drinking that. Like, I don't understand. So what? He wasn't a good player, or?
They say because of articles
lean.
and like interviews and stuff. They say because he was on lean. But then, is it because of lean, or is it? I mean, or he just was lazy? Because they gave him a blank tape to
watch, and he never watched it.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That was him, and I don't know. I don't know why I brought that up. I don't know. But
dude, the sun is like right on you.
I know the sun is like right on my face.
Hey, you're like this, like getting lower and lower.
I was just standing there. But and then like what else have we been watching?
Well, I binge watched Wednesday on Netflix. That's like the new Addams
Wait,
Family.
you watched that already?
Yeah, I did.
When the fuck did you watch that?
Last Thursday or Friday? No, wait. Last Friday?
No.
Yeah. I binge watched it. Me and Eva were watching it, and she just left, and I finished it. That was pretty good. And we still haven't watched that other one.
Which
Peripheral.
One? Oh, yeah. That's okay.
No, I think that one's really good.
I like it. I feel like they could have done a lot better with.
Dude, we're only 3 episodes in. We haven't even finished it.
It's super. No, we're 3 episodes in. That's what you said, huh?
Yeah.
It's super.
It's because the sun's in your face.
Yeah, I think so.
You want to scoot over?
Yes. Should be okay there. Yeah, we're good.
It's right on your forehead. Okay.
Can you? Was it?
We're fine.
Okay. No, but it's. I forgot to say. This is what I did. Right. I had snuff the other day.
What the fuck is snuff?
Not snuff, but I had the rape, the tobacco up the nose.
Okay.
So I
was like, what the fuck is snuff? Now you're gonna piss me off.
No, so I'm doing a podcast it's coming out in December. It's called Carla After Dark, and she's in a community of just, I guess, medicine, holistic medicine, I guess you would say, or native, like ayahuasca and
Is it mushrooms and stuff?
tobacco and just in that community, right? Like spiritual community about like chakras and crystals and all that stuff, and like even like she goes into like supernatural stuff, but it's I don't know, and like I'm trying to.
If you're gonna be doing a podcast, you want to learn what it is.
Yeah, and so she does this. She does arape. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but arape ceremonies, and I looked up like what it was, and it's spelled ARAPE, and no RAPE, but with the abbreviation on top
over the E.
So when you look it up, it's just rape.
Okay.
And I was just like, Jesus, but it's just tobacco, right? Powdered tobacco mixed in with spices and stuff, or I don't know spices, but like mixed in with other stuff for the smell of it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm butchering this. But it's in a pipe. They blow it through your nose, and it's like a soothing. I had it, right? And I was like, what is this? I was like, okay, am I just being dumb or just trying it, or should I actually think about doing this? And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it to see what it feels like, right? Because to some people, like it helps them.
Yeah.
Right. And so I do it, and she put like noise things around my ears, and like it's like just like symbols. I can't, like fucking wind chimes, right? And you're supposed to close your eyes. They blow the snuff, they blow the tobacco up your nose, and right away you get like a burning sensation in your head. But then after,
is that normal?
Yeah. And then when you just get a relaxed feeling throughout your whole entire body. It's like a more intense, I guess the way I would describe it, it's like a more intense when you do dip and you don't get the nauseous feeling.
Oh,
like you just,
dude, last time when you had dip, you threw up.
Yeah, I can't do, I don't even like thinking about it. I almost threw up because we were talking about, I forgot I was talking about it with somebody. We were talking, I just got the feeling again. I was like ready to throw up, but this is totally different. It's just a soothing feeling throughout your body. And then with her doing the wind chimes and stuff, and it just soothes you. And I did it. I get why people do it. I understand why people do it. I don't know. Like I get the same feeling when I run and do a sauna.
Okay.
I get the same feeling when you do an hour and a half of jiu-jitsu sparring. And I started thinking, and it's people deal with decompression, like decompressing from life differently. Everybody deals with it. And the key thing is you find things that are not bad. Everybody deals with anxiety and stress. Like there's these things that you have to deal with, and these communities that I'm going into all deal with it different. Martial arts, you deal with it with training, right? Like you don't think about shit when you're hitting pads, or when you're doing jiu-jitsu, or when you're in fight camp. You're not thinking about all these crazy things, right? All this stress and anxiety. And then that's how you deal with it there. That people go out to it to do that. I mean, I'm not talking about it when you're a professional, that's a whole different anxiety, right? But hobbyists or people that are training, like they do it, or working out, you do it so you can forget about your everyday things. And then you got the podcast I'm doing with EJ. These people they chose the wrong thing. They chose medication, pills that are addictive. They chose alcohol. To deal with these things, right? These life traumas, these issues, right? And you're trying to decompress from it, but they chose a bad one. Now they're getting out of that, and they're learning how to deal with it a different way, right? And it's cool to see, right? And then you got Carla's community where they're dealing with it with spiritual and ayahuasca and meditation, all these different things. Like it's centered. All these things are centered around one thing, and that's what dealing with your trauma, anxiety, stress, like learning how to deal with it. And it's pretty wild. Like when you finally realize, like, on this earth, we are all dealing with the same things, but we're dealing with them differently. You learn not to judge or not to hate on people, and we all start off as babies, right? We learn a different way to cope with different things. All right, that's what I'm learning.
Oh,
sorry for going on that rant.
I'm like, I can't talk about it because I didn't experience any of that you experienced, like, with the podcast. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Well, like, how do you deal with your stress and anxiety and all that stuff?
Take it out on you. Because most of it comes from you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know, honestly. Like, if I'm stressed or anxiety, like, I do feel like when I am like that, I don't know how to express it. But when like, if I'm really stressed or something, and like something you do, like, I just, obviously, like I said, I do take it out on you or Eva, or like if I'm in the mood, you know what I mean? It's not like purposely, it's kind of like on accident.
Yeah.
More you, though. I take it out on more you.
But, like, this is from the that's my fault.
I was like, I'm not doing anything.
This is from the outside looking in. Like, there's things that you love. You love, like, crafting stuff. When you're in that mode, you're all by yourself. You're doing your own thing.
I have my crafting shit everywhere right now. I literally got to put it all together.
Or like getting Starbucks cups.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you going out and getting, like, you have a shitload of Starbucks cups.
You just realized that, though.
Yeah, and like you're that, like, I don't know, I see you deal with things differently, and like, yes, you're one of the least anxiety, stress people I know. Like, watching you throughout life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if it's because you've seen so much shit, like, you really don't care, like, but
nothing scares me.
Yeah, you're always telling me, like, relax, like,
because I feel like it doesn't make sense for both of us to either be like panic or stressed or like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there should be no reason why we're both like, oh my God, like, at the same time.
And it's even when you do your photo booth, even though that's work, like, you like doing that. Like, you've created that. You have to think about it that way. Like, you've created this outlet for people to capture their memory.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know?
It is.
It's so cool.
It's fun. It's really fun.
Are you making the like, you do these things like that. Like, those are your outlets. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody deals with it different.
Yeah.
Right. And
am I doing what?
Like, it's so, like, when you think about it, right? Like, and I'm not even high right now, the way I'm thinking. And like, it's crazy, right? Like, you start off in your dad's nutsack, right? And then, like, your dad meets your mom, and boom, you're shot into your mom's ovaries, or shot into your mom's egg, right? Boom. All of a sudden, you're being created, right? Life is happening. Your heartbeat's going. You're growing.
Imagine if we remembered that.
Yeah, it's wild. But, like, think about it. Like, you're growing. You don't know why you're here. You're just all of a sudden, you're this little baby, right? And you're ready to be, that little hot pocket's ready to come out, right? And and then boom, you're shot into this world. Like, you're in your mom's stomach. You hear things, but you're shot into this world. Boom, you're out. There's a light. There's a doctor. You're crying. You're like, what in the fuck, dude? Okay. Like, you're just like, you don't know why you're here, but there's these parents and these chemicals going through you, telling you this is your mom, this is your dad, like, and you're like, all of a sudden you're there, but now you don't pick your parents. You just come out of them, and like, you're there, and no matter what you're given, you have to figure out your way through this life.
Yeah.
right? And some people come out of that hot pocket. They're given a good life, right? They have things around them that are set them up, right? Their parents were really successful, or they're really, really grounded into life, and they figured things out. Or then you think about those people that are born where their parents are 14, 15, or you're born through a rape, and or you're born to drug addicts, and you're just popped into this world, and now it's just nonstop of trying to figure out why you're here. Like it's such a crazy thing. It was like thinking about that.
What?
It was a cool movie. Did you ever watch Look Who's Talking?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
So it was with Bruce Willis.
No.
Yes, Bruce Willis was the fucking voice of the baby.
Okay.
Don't fucking tell me who it was.
Relax your fucking tits down.
Bruce Willis was the voice. John Travolta was the
Christy
dad.
Alley.
Yeah, it was Christy Alley and the dad. And I don't know who the voice of the girl. It was just him talking, right? In the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then but it was such a we got to show Eva.
Oh my god.
It's such a funny movie. When did that movie come out? What?
When did that movie come out?
I'm looking it up right now. Let's see who finds it first. Boom. It came out in 1989.
1989?
Yeah, we had it on VHS tape with other movies. Like my parents got the pay-per-view, and they would record the movies on one VHS tape.
Would they?
Yeah. So we had like multiple VHS tapes with like 3 or 4 movies on them. And dude, oh man, even look at that poster. Look Who's Talking poster was dope. Like it's so simple, but like it's so cool, right? So it had John Travolta, Amy Heckerling, Christy Alley, Bruce Willis was the voice. What was the plot? Like what was it about again?
Oh, she was a single mom.
Yeah, but he was like a fuck up.
Who? No.
John Travolta was like a fuck up, wasn't he?
No.
Or they had a one night stand.
I don't know. Maybe we should watch it again.
We should. But that movie's like when I first realized, like, because they don't show the sex scene, but they show like the sperm going, and they show the sperm going into the egg.
Mm-hmm.
That was like my introduction to sex. Like my parents didn't. Look Who's Talking was my introduction to sex. Because they do show, and like they show the sperm talking too.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember that? It was like, and it's going into the egg.
Wow. So you got all your sex from Look Who's Talking.
That, and like, my parents didn't really talk to me about sex. That's why, like,
you were probably, how old were you when that came out though? I mean, you weren't even born yet.
No, when I watched it, that was my introduction. But I'm saying, like, even like.
Dude, I was 3. You weren't even born yet. You were still in your dad's nutsack.
But like, they say like, oh, the internet's fucking kids up. Like they're talking about sex. Like they see sex before they're even. We don't know what Eva's looking on the fucking internet. Like
Legos.
Like there's so much. There's murder. There's all this shit on there. There's sex. There's all this shit on there that it's literally at their hands. But the kids are always going to find a way to figure out what shit is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you go into this world questioning what's happening, you're going to figure out what it is, right? So it's like, I wish, that's one thing. I wish my parents were more open. We just had a bunch of rated R movies that taught me. Like, and I didn't realize like I was a movie buff, or what is it called? My friend had I always talk to the guy I work out with, Tall Diego. Mm-hmm. He always tells me, he's like, dude, you know all these movies. Like, you're always dropping these movies, and I never watch them.
Some people at work, too, they're like, they never watch certain movies. Like, someone was saying, like, they didn't watch Hocus Pocus. I was like, what do you mean you never watched Hocus Pocus? Or, like, they're like, oh, I haven't watched that movie. I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah. It's like, I don't know. I know you had a rough childhood, but but we had like a bookshelf of VHS tapes.
A what?
VHS tapes.
Okay.
Just a shitload.
Yeah.
Right? And we'd watch them over and over. And And then DVDs came out, and we had those.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. Like,
I really don't mind DVDs because, like, if you want to watch something on TV, you have to pay for it. And if you had the DVD, then, like, obviously you wouldn't have to pay for it. Yeah, you paid for the DVD, but there's some things, like, I want to watch, but I have to wait for it to come back out, like, if it's free or something.
Yeah.
So I don't really mind the DVDs. The VHSs I do because I don't want to have to rewind them.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I have a lot of our VHSs from when we were kids, like that my grandma gave us.
Yeah. A lot of Disney's.
Yeah, Disney ones.
My mom loved Disney movies, and like she would go buy them at the Disney store, and like if you pre-ordered, you'd get a framed picture.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom always pre-ordered. Like we had all the Disney, we had all the pictures all over. I literally, every time I took a shit in my bathroom, my mom had I don't know if you ever seen the big fucking stickers. She had the one of like Goofy and Minnie. Like it was our fucking shower curtain was Mickey, and like I had Goofy just fucking
decals. You had decals. Yeah.
On our bathroom walls. I had Goofy just looking at me when I was taking a shit. Like
better Goofy than fucking Pamela Anderson, dude.
Yeah, that's true. But I would love Pamela Anderson looking at me take a shit. Not take a shit, but yeah. But I don't know, Disney movies, I liked them. There's certain ones I liked, Hercules, certain ones that I liked, but I wasn't into them that much. I feel like I loved horror movies. I love sci-fi movies. I love sci-fi movies. I love end of the world movies.
You always pick the worst movies, though. Like, it never fails. You pick the worst movies.
But
though.
That's where the fun is.
That is not the fun.
Yes, finding a good, like if it's a shitty movie, laughing at it. That's fun. If it's a good movie,
you'd even finish that movie you put on yesterday, whatever the fuck.
It was so horrible.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It was called Down. Right? It was about an elevator. So the history on that movie, I looked it up.
Is it true?
No, it was a movie that came out in 2001.
Okay.
Right? They were gonna push it, and it had a bunch of people. It had Naomi Watts. It had the Hellboy. What's his name?
I don't know.
Let
me see.
Hellboy. He played Hellboy. Ron Perlman had Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Naomi Watts. It had a bunch of known actors, but it didn't. First of all, it was a shitty movie. It was. It didn't make it in theaters because 9/11 just happened.
Oh, and this takes place in New York, right?
Yes. Is that what it's called? Down?
Yeah, it is.
And it was.
It came out in May. May 11th, 2001.
Yeah. So it was supposed to have a big theater release, but they didn't because of 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
It came out in May?
Yeah, this came out in May. Initial release was May 11th.
But I guess it's supposed to have a bigger release or something like that. But it talked about, so it talks about Osama bin Laden and terrorism in that movie.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And then also so it's I didn't even say what it was about. It's about an elevator in a tall building getting fucked up and like shit happening, people falling out of the elevator, people getting stuck in it, people dying in it. Like it's a horror thriller movie. But what was so shitty about it, and I was trying to figure out what was wrong with the voices. and it just didn't. There were some people that like it didn't fit them. And it wasn't dubbed, but I was like, what the fuck's wrong with this? So it's a Netherlands director.
Mm-hmm.
It was all direct. So everything that was inside a building was directed in Netherlands.
Okay.
And so these are people that are Netherlands is Dutch.
I think so. Yes.
Or they had accents, right? What was happening while I was getting fucked up was that there's people with thick accents trying to speak.
Can you stop hitting the fucking table?
Sorry, trying to speak in a New York accent, and it was so shitty. I was like, oh, this is horrible. I never turn off a movie, and that I turned it off.
Yeah, you never turn it off because you always fall asleep.
Yeah, I used to fall asleep, but yeah, it was so shitty. But yeah, you guys, if you guys didn't hear in the beginning, Raquel has a photo booth. Check it out.
This Saturday, December 3rd in Los Baños.
If you're in Los Baños, what happened? Sorry, I cut you off.
I said this Saturday, December 3rd in Los Baños. Where the heck is it at?
If you guys have
it's for the Christmas lights, winter nights in Los Baños, Christmas parade.
So she'll have the photo booth there, guys. If you guys are in Los Baños, come check it out. Come say hi to us. Come take a picture. And if you guys do have an event you guys need a photo booth for to capture the events, let her know. She has a bunch of packages that you could get just digital. You could get it printed out with the digital. And we're adding a new package. And it does come with the background. We're adding a new package where I will be a photographer too. And we'll talk, just DM us. We'll talk about rates and availability. We really want to get it done for the weekdays too. I love you guys. If you guys need any social media help, just hit me up. I love you guys. Have a great week. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. We are back. And anything you want to say?
Nope.
All right, guys. Love you. Peace.
Bye.